I feel like this might be somewhat entertaining. And will it be the most entertaining film of the year? Hi, my name is Sean Mark Nipper, and welcome to Popcorn vs. Candy. I appreciate you being here. Today we're talking about a movie that is from a director that you might say is a tad controversial. Rian Johnson. He directed the second movie in the third installment of the trilogy of Star Wars. Does that make sense? Yeah. He directed, The Last Jedi. Yeah. How could I forget? Maybe some of you know why I could forget. That movie arguably may have destroyed Star Wars. I don't know. Maybe it did. Maybe it didn't. You be the judge. Actually, I'd love to hear your thoughts on how Star Wars The Last Jedi impacted the trilogy. Now J.J. Abrams has a new Star Wars movie coming out very soon. It's the middle of September, though, and we are talking about Knives Out. Now, this is a murder mystery starring a bunch of well-known actors and some less-known actors. But first off, let's take a look at the trailer just to see what he's done. I understand there's been some rave reviews from Rotten Tomatoes. Of course, Rotten Tomatoes these days is a little subjective, it feels like. I feel like there are some critics that are being pushed to like certain movies and dislike certain movies. There's Dave Chappelle as a great example, how the critics didn't like that comedy special that he did on Netflix. However, it's got a 99% rating from the audience score. So what really matters? Is it the critics? Has it always been the critics that decide whether we should watch movies? Or is it the audience score? The fact that we have a capability to let people know how we feel about the movies and not just wait for the critics' perspective and take on things. I know I used to watch Roger Ebert when I was younger. It used to be Siskel and Ebert. I believe Siskel's still around, but Ebert is passed. God rest his critiquing soul. So let's take a look. I mean, this is what it's all about, right? This is all our perspective on what things are. Daniel Craig, of course, he plays James Bond. He looks a little heavy. I've seen some pictures and some past trailers, but this is the new final trailer for Knives Out. So let's take a look and see what we've got. All right?
I think you have
Entertaining
something
film
you
of the
wanna
year.
tell me.
New trailer. Okay.
Harlan started out with a Rusty Smith Corona and built himself into one of the best-selling mystery writers of all time.
30 languages, over 80 million copies sold. You guys fans?
I mean, I don't do much fiction reading myself.
Big fan. I'm a big fan.
Who is that guy?
Mr. Blanc is a private investigator of great renown.
I read a tweet about a New Yorker article about you. You're famous.
The night of his demise, the family had gathered to celebrate your father's 85th birthday.
Don Johnson.
And your son,
Jamie Lee
Ransom,
Curtis.
did he attend as well?
Yes, but he left early.
I think
Iron
Linda was upset.
or Captain
Walt would
America.
get a little Irish courage in him. He'd get into it with Harlan.
What? Richard said what?
Are you baiting me, detective?
Attempting to be thorough so we can figure out the manner of death.
You mean if someone killed him? You think one of us, one of his family, killed him?
Mr. Blanc, I just buried my father who committed suicide. Why are you here?
Committed suicide.
I suspect foul play. I have eliminated no suspects.
Looper.
Harlan was cleaning house.
Everyone in the family has possible motives.
Was Harlan planning on cutting off Joni?
Did he plan to fire Walter?
Is Richard having an affair?
That's some heavy-duty conjecture.
Funny, Ransom, you skipped the funeral, but you're early for the will reading.
Up your ass.
Very nice.
You gotta do this more often.
The family is truly desperate. When people get desperate, the knives come out. This is a twisted web.
I get that trailer
We're
or
not finished
title now.
untangling it. Not yet.
I keep waiting for the big reveal.
All of them lied to me. There is one guilty party behind it all.
You know something. Spill it.
Oh my God.
Tell me what happened to my grandfather. I think you have something you want to tell me.
All right. Well, this Thanksgiving, we get a chance to see whether or not we're going to be entertained. I think it looks kind of good. I like a whodunit, and especially if they do a really good job of not making it so predictable. I feel like the last whodunit, the last murder mystery, I believe was an Agatha Christie. Well, I used to watch Agatha Christie movies when I was a kid with my mom. My mom took me to all the movies, and so I remember watching Death on the Nile, which has a big cobra scene in it, which I'm not a fan of because I had a run-in with a cobra when I was younger. That's for another story, another video. So this looks pretty good, and arguably Rian Johnson is a good film director. Now, he portrayed his vision in Star Wars. He did what he wanted to do.
I feel like I need to rewrite the opening sequence in terms of the big picture stuff of what's going on. Watching the whole thing together, I freaked out because I'm like, this doesn't track. You can't follow what's happening. You can't follow what the big stakes are. I got really scared.
There was some good cinematography. There was some out of place comedy.
I got really scared.
But I don't want to get into my dislikes and whatever for The Last Jedi. I feel like this might be somewhat entertaining. And will it be the most entertaining film of the year? That is to be determined because we have Star Wars coming out, right? We have J.J. Abrams' version of Star Wars, so there's a little competition there. But I don't know. I like this. This looks good. I think we'll see. We'll see. I don't know. I would love to hear from you if this is something that you're excited about. Are we going into this upset with Rian Johnson and angry of how he hurt Star Wars? Are we going to hold that against him when we go into this? Are we going to boycott this because we don't like Rian Johnson? I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to go to the theaters to see this, so probably something I would rent later on. I'm not in a huge rush to get out to see this, but it does look like something I would want to see as far as, keeping secrets. Can he do it? Can he hold all the intense moments of, who did it behind? I guess that's the true, that's what we're waiting to see. So with this trailer, I don't know if there was anything that was let out of the bag or if anything was, is there any secrets in the trailer? We'll have to go back and see later. I don't know. Let's take a look at this when it comes out. And I am interested to see what you guys think. Do you hate Rian Johnson? Do you want to see this because Rian Johnson is a great filmmaker and he directed Looper? Did you like Looper? I mean, Looper was interesting. I guess, we'll see. So anyway, thank you for watching. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please do so. Hit the little bell so you get the notification on your phone. That way you won't miss another shining episode of Popcorn vs. Candy trailer reaction. Thanks for watching.